Are you finding it hard to get motivated to do the things that you know that you need to do in your business?
I just want to stay in bed all day. Oh, no motivation. What time is it?
Maybe you're in a little funk right now and you can't get re-sparked or motivated.
Oh, I know I should get up and make prospecting calls, get on social media. No motivation. Tomorrow will be way better.
Well, in this episode, I'm going to share with you the very best way to get recharged up, re-fired up, and motivated to crush it in your business. These tips are not only going to help you, but they're also going to help your team. So stay tuned. My name is Tanya Aliza, and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers create success faster while most importantly designing a lifestyle that you love. So if you're new here, consider subscribing because I release a brand new training episode and free resource for you and your business each and every week. Now, as an entrepreneur, it is totally normal and it's a phase that we're gonna go through in our business where we hit a funk or we hit a slump or we just get a little unmotivated. And if we don't learn how to kick our butts fast out of this phase, we can go too far down the rabbit hole and sometimes cannot be rescued. So it's really important to learn how to kick our butts fast out of this phase. Now, have you ever heard of you need to have a why that makes you cry?
I really want to retire and be rich. Be rich. I really want to be rich.
Now, although this is a good strategy, it is very rarely going to help you get remotivated. It's going to very rarely help you to move towards your goals and your dreams and the things that you really, really want in life. And why do I say that? It's because you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. You see, people move faster away from pain than towards pleasure. So instead of creating a why that consists of fancy cars, fancy houses, or retiring, I want you to think of something that is so detrimental that could happen in your life or in your business if you didn't make your business work. Think of something that would be so utterly detrimental or embarrassing to you if you didn't make your business work. Now, I'm going to give you an example of something that I did a few years back that I think helped me immensely move fast forward in my business. And I didn't go slow. I went fast and I drew a line in that sand with this defining moment. And I'm going to share with you that moment in a minute. I'm going to share with you exactly what I did to get uncomfortable to get comfortable where I am now today in my business. But before I do that, in every episode of Tanya Aliza TV, I like to equip you with a free resource that you can use in your business to move forward with faster. And in this episode, since we're talking about getting uncomfortable to get comfortable and creating that motivation to charge it in business, to get out of the funk, I thought I would leave you with, and I put together just for you, I put together these motivation factor cheat sheet cards. And I put a little instructional download and guide together on how these cheat sheet cards work that you can fill out and you can keep with you throughout the day to help kick your butt a little bit in business. So what these cheat sheet cards are going to do is they're going to help you create those phrases of discomfort so that you look at that, and I'm going to share with you an example in a minute, that you look at that and it moves you so fast towards the things that you really want because it's moving you away from the things that you don't want. And subconsciously, this helps you in business and in life move towards the things that you do want by a byproduct of moving away from what you don't want. So these cheat sheet cards are going to help you kick your butt a little bit to moving towards what you do want. You fill them out with a statement and a phrase that moves you away from that pain. And I'm going to share with you what I did with these cards. But I thought since I created this for me in my business and it's helped me so much, I've created them for you, and you can pick them up with an instruction guide on how to use them over on the blog at TanyaAliza.com/85 download. The number 85 download. We'll leave a link for you above or below this video. If you click that link, it'll take you to my blog. And then if you're watching this video on my blog, there'll be a big yellow button right below the video. Click the button, download these cheat sheet motivation cards, absolutely free for you and your business, and start using them for not only yourself, even share them with your team to help get them motivated to move forward fast in their business as well. So here's what I did with these cards in my business. So a few short years ago, I kind of got into a funk. Things started to kind of stall in my business. Things weren't moving as fast as I wanted them to move. And I was just kind of like at a roadblock, and I felt kind of stumped. And I thought to myself, if I don't get out of this funk, I'm going to stay here. And then what good is that? I'm not going to be moving forward, right? So what I did is I sat down and I asked myself, what are some things that could happen in my life and my business that are so detrimental that I would be so embarrassed of, or something that would completely destroy me if I didn't make my business work? And here were my answers that I wrote on these cards. So I thought of a few things because I wanted a few things to motivate me. The first thing was that I would have to return to my desk job that I had as a finance specialist. I would have to return to my job with my tail between my legs and admit that I did not make my business work. And that to me was hashtag so embarrassing, right? Because the people at my office job, they kind of thought I was crazy for leaving my cushy finance job that I was actually really good at to go and become my own at-home entrepreneur. So they totally thought I was crazy. And if I would have to go back to that job, it would be so embarrassing to me because I would feel like a failure. So that was one of the things that I wrote down on my motivation cheat sheet card. Now, the next thing that I wrote on the second card was that my friends that told me that my business wouldn't work and I was silly or I was stupid or they didn't have faith in the business model, they would be right. And they would always look at me with those eyes, even if they said it or didn't say it, but they would always look at me with those eyes of, yeah, I told you so. And so that was so embarrassing to me. I wrote it down. I put it on one of the cheat sheet motivation cards that kept me going as another reason of the worst thing that could happen if I didn't make my business work. Another thing I wrote down on a cheat sheet card that I looked at that helped me keep motivated was if I didn't make my business work, I would never become a stay-at-home mom, and that was a deep desire of mine. And I would have to hire a nanny or put my kid in daycare, which is something I totally didn't want to do. And my kid's first words could be somebody else's name instead of mama or dada, I guess you could say. And that to me was just one of the worst things that could happen if I didn't make my business work. So I wrote it down on a cheat sheet card. So what I did with these cards, I would have the motivation statements written out on these cards, and I would have a few of them. I had about 3 or 4 of them that I kind of had like the worst thing that could happen if I didn't build my business, and I would take a look at it. And I'm very competitive. I think a lot of us humans or entrepreneurs are at nature, and we just move away from pain faster than we move towards pleasure. So whenever I found myself in a funk or I felt unmotivated, I would pull out these cards and I would take a look at the cards. And I said to myself, no, I'm never making that happen. That is not going to happen. I've got to build my business. And then what I would do is I would move into like activity immediately, like making some dials, making some appointments, doing presentations, connecting with people on social media. So what is it for you? What are the worst things? What are a couple of the worst things that could happen if you don't build your business, if you don't make it work? Now, I challenge you to download these cheat sheet cards that I have for you. I'll give you some more examples inside of that free download freebie that we put together in today's episode for you. You can pick that up on the blog, TanyaAliza.com/85 download, the number 85 download. I challenge you to pick those up, fill out a couple of them, be bold enough to connect with a vulnerability sometimes that we might be scared to connect with, but that will motivate you enough to actually make your business work. At least I hope that it does. And to help you a little bit more, what I thought is I'll leave you another resource. In episode 27 on the blog at TanyaAliza.com, I talk about your network marketing business plan and how to launch your business properly. And sometimes we can even relaunch our business if we've been in it for a while. There's no problem with that. We can relaunch. And sometimes even putting yourself into massive activity can really, really help if you're in a unmotivated type of funk. So at TanyaAliza.com/85 download, not only will I leave you the cheat sheets that you can get that will help you get motivated, I will also leave a resource for you on episode 27 where I'll show you how to do a proper network marketing business launch so that you can actually put yourself in massive activity once you know the pain and fear that you're going to move fast away from. Now, I promise you, if you do this activity, it will motivate you way more than a fancy house or a fancy car, because it's easy for you to say, well, I don't really need that fancy car, or I guess I don't really need that fancy house. It's easier for you to say that than actually, moving away from some of your deepest fears that you have, if you truly are honest with yourself on what could happen if you don't build your business. And here's the fun part, right? Because you don't want to completely stay negative and be in this negative, fearful mode building your business. But once you get really connected with what you're moving away from faster, subconsciously, a byproduct of that is it'll move you closer to the things that you really truly want. Those whys, those fancy cars, those nice houses, retirement, whatever it is for you that you would love to have and you would love to accomplish in your business. That's a byproduct of moving fast away from your fear and making it happen in your business. So again, to help you with that, make sure to pick up the cheat sheets, the motivation cheat sheets that we have for you, along with a cool instruction guide on how to make the most of that for you and your team and in your business to motivate you. You can pick 4 phrases that will help you move away from that pain, get you motivated, kick your butt into high gear in your business. You can pick those up. We put those together for you over on the blog at TanyaAliza.com/85 download. We'll leave a link for you above or below this video in the description box, or if you're on the blog, there'll be a big yellow button already right below this video. Click that, you can get access to those cheat sheets. Question of the week. What is one of your new motivating factors? Are you bold and fearless enough to share with us here at the Tanya Aliza Show? If you are, drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to see your motivating factor. Declare it and move away from it and crush it, because you definitely got it. So drop it in the comment section below and let me know what your new motivating factor, maybe one of your new motivating phrases is that you're going to be putting on your cheat sheets. Did you get some value out of today's episode? Did it help you a little bit get out of that funk or give you some strategy to help you get motivated to crush it in your business? I sure hope that it did. If it did and you love this video and you'd like to share it with your team or anybody that you know, make sure to share it via one of the share links above or below or around this video. And I will see you on the next episode of Tanya Aliza TV.
The reality is I sleep about 6 hours maximum every single night. I hate the bed. Why are you still here? Go and build your business. Now, this is just getting creepy.